Hello, everyone. So, today I'm just going to answer one really interesting question that I get asked a lot. So, now the funny thing about this question is, right? Before anyone asks me this question, they're always like, okay, we'd love to ask you a question, and we're not trying to be rude. And some people are like, we are looking for the nicest ways possible, the nicest words possible. But the thing is, like, by now, I've been asked all sorts of questions. Like, nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing. Like, I'm always ready for anything. So, this question is, right? And I'll use Jaden because that's the one they use first. Someone asked me, why did I choose to have more kids after Jaden, despite Jaden or despite the fact that Jaden has special needs? Which I get it, right? I get what you're trying to ask. But the thing here is, right? Jaden was born in 2016, April. Justin was born in 2017, December. So the gap there is like 1 year and a couple of months. So when Justin was born, Jaden was still a big baby. Like, let me say big baby because he was 1 year and a few months, right? So he was a big baby. And he did what babies do. He walked at the right time. He crawled at the right time. He fed when he needed to feed. We didn't have any feeding problems, nothing. Okay? But then, so there was no concerns. There was no worries. Like, he was just a baby. And in fact, let me tell you something funny. With Jaden, this boy was exclusively breastfed. Like, I was a first-time mom, and someone had preached to me about breastfeeding and all its benefits and everything, and I was like, whoa. And I had a good supply of milk, so I was like, you know what, I might as well do it. So I breastfed Jaden, right? So let me say I did everything right that needs to be done to make sure your child is perfect. Let me call it perfect. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, back to the story. Jaden was born in 2016, just in 2017. So I wouldn't really have known if he has special needs or not because he was an everyday baby. He climbed, he did all the baby stuff. He was very cheeky. He had this cheeky laugh, which I still remember to date. So, yeah. And then, anyway, so after I explained that story about Jaden and Justin, they're like, okay, that makes sense. So, why did you decide to have Jupiter? And Jupiter was born 7 years after Jaden was born. Yeah, Jupiter was born 7 years after Jaden was born. 7? 6, I don't know, I'm losing track of time. Jupiter was born in 2022 anyway. This was way after Jaden and Justin had been diagnosed. So you will think that would scare me from having another child. But for me, I don't think having children who are able differently should restrict me as Kate from wanting more kids because all kids are different. Jaden and Justin, both on the spectrum, but very different boys. Jaden was nonverbal, Justin was verbal, and that's why we thought Justin wasn't autistic because, let me tell you, he will talk, but then he wouldn't talk in school. So he had selective mutism, but it didn't really bother us because we were like, he talks at home. Then the challenging behaviors came, all these things that we struggle with every day. So yeah, so people ask me, so why did you choose to have Jupiter? But I won't let that take away like the joys of me being a mother all over again and again. Like, I just don't feel like it should stop me. And let me tell you guys, yeah, if I could have another one now, I will have another one again. But I'm not having another one. I will have another one again because I feel like I should enjoy motherhood, like whether I have a child with special needs already or not, like it shouldn't scare me off from having another child. But I really understand. Things affect people differently. I've met so many moms, let me say moms, who have told me they had one, and when they were planning to have another one, was like 5 years later or 7 years later or 10 years later. But then when they noticed this one has autism, mostly I interact with moms and dads who their kids have autism, and when they notice this one has been diagnosed with autism, they decide to not have another one. I really understand. It's not easy raising these kids. It is not. Sometimes I'm gonna just be honest. You feel like you'll go crazy. You feel like you'll cry. It's not easy at all. But anyway, we do it. So anyway, for me, it's just a personal choice to have more kids despite having children with special needs. Like, I just deal with it, and it doesn't like take away, the joys of motherhood. No, they're all different, but they're all different. Jaden and Justin, they're very different. They're all very different. Jaden and Justin, two different boys. I think for me, I don't know, everything about being their mom is exciting, like, growing with them, embracing the changes, embracing the tantrums, literally everything. But yeah, so for me, it was just a personal choice, and it's the fact that I decided, having kids with special needs won't stop me from enjoying the joys of motherhood, from being a mother again and again and again. No, just embrace it, deal with it, and let me say, it's going all right. And then the last part, right? So after this question, the one thing that comes after the question is, so what about Jupiter? And I'm always like, what about him? He's only one. Like, let him be, Stop. Like, I just hate it when, okay, let me use the word hate. I hate it when we are there having a nice chat about Jaden and Justin, blah, blah, blah. Then the next thing is Jupiter, They're like, what about Jupiter? Do you ensure he takes his vitamins? Do you ensure you're... No matter how much, like, I can't... Sometimes I'm always like, what am I supposed to do, I had someone ask me, do you look closely at why do I need to look closely at him? I don't need to look closely at him. I just let him be. I just let him be a baby. And I won't let paranoia. I won't let paranoia destroy or take away, the joys of motherhood. So about Jupiter, I just take it a day at a time. We enjoy, and people always assume because Jaden and Justin have been diagnosed, either Jupiter will be diagnosed, or and I've heard someone asking me, is this your first normal baby? Because Jupiter is very different with Jaden and Justin, and Jupiter has already started saying mama, baba, so I've been asked if this is my first normal baby, how I'm feeling about it and stuff like that. Like, I get also, as I told you guys, I get like all sorts of questions. So yeah, anyway, my point here is having children or a child with special needs, for me as Kate, it has not stopped me from being a mom again and again and again. But I do understand we all react differently to situations, so I really understand the parents who choose to not have more or choose to just have that one, because it's not an easy job. But for us who we choose to have more, I don't think we should be judged. We are humans. We want to enjoy having a big family. I love having a big family. We want to enjoy having a big family. We want to enjoy all the joys of motherhood. So yeah, anyway guys, bring those questions coming. I love them. And as I said, you don't have to tell me, oh, Kate, you're looking for the night. Nah, I have had all types of questions, so nothing surprises me anymore. Anyway, goodbye. Bye.